Hi everyone, this is the news from Western Armenia, especially for you. Saint Ignatius Maloyan's 111th Martyrdom anniversary. Iran strikes two hazels in Hormuz, reports. I carry my pain to the sky. Gandzasar, a treasure of Artsakh. Artsakh Christian heritage on the thread. Aghdznik, Sayfo memorial to open the Netherlands. Cabbage Dolma. On June 11, 2026, Armenians commemorate the 111th anniversary at the Martyrdom of Saint Ignatius Maloyan, a saint of the Armenian Catholic Church and the victim of the genocide against Armenians. In a letter written in 1907, he expressed fears about the growing dangers facing Armenians in the Ottoman Empire. Knowing for his dedication and leadership, he served the church faithfully throughout his life. During the mass deportations and arrests of 1950, he refused to renounce his Christian faith. He remained with his people under the end and was executed on June 11, 1950. Today, his writings are seen as both historical testimony and a spiritual legacy. His memory continues to inspire believers through his courage, faith, and sacrifice. According to Iranian media, the country's naval forces struck two vessels that attempted to pass throughout the Strait of Hormuz without Iran's approval. Iran has kept the strait closed to countries it considers unfriendly since the outbreak of the war. Earlier, reports claimed that Iranian forces had attacked American vessels in the area. However, Washington denied those reports. The incident has added to tensions in the strategically important waterway. The Strait of Hormuz remains a key route for global energy shipments. Aris Arseni, an Artsakh writer, journalist, and freedom fighter, was born on June 10, 1959, in Kochodogh village. Throughout his career, he worked as a poet, editor, publicist, and military journalist. He authored 25 books focused on the homeland, war, and national memory. Arseni also participated in the Artsakh liberation struggle in 1993 to 1994. The 2020 war and the 2023 displacement deeply affected his family, including the loss of his lifelong archives. Today, he lives in Armenia and continues to preserve the memory of Artsakh throughout his writing. His life reflects dedication to culture, story, and homeland. The Gandzasar monastery dates back to the 13th century and served as an important spiritual center of Artsakh. He was built under the patronage of Hassan Jalayan princely family and became a center of learning and manuscript production. The Cathedral of Saint John the Baptist was constructed between 2060 and 2038. Gandzasar is known for its rich architectural carvings and unique dome decorations. After Artsakh was incorporated into Azerbaijan in 1933, the monastery ceased functioning. It suffered damage during the Artsakh conflict, and traces of shelling remain visible today. Restoration work was carried out in the 1990s and later expanded in 2000s. Since 2020, many Armenian churches, monasteries, khachkars, and cultural monuments in Artsakh have faced damage or restoration. Reports incident that this situation worsened after the events of September 2023. Artsakh was home to more than 5,600 historical and cultural monuments. Experts stress that the destruction of cultural heritage threatens history, memory, identity, and continuity. Such actions may violate several international conventions protecting cultural property. UNESCO recognized Armenian khachkar art is among the heritage requiring special protection. The preservation of Artsakh cultural heritage remains an important international concern. According to an Armenian legend, people once buried salt and horses with the dead for use the afterlife. Before his death, the ruler Aram ordered that this practice stop. He urged that salt and horses were too valuable to waste and were essential for country's future. The people embraced his advice and repeatedly used the phrase, "Preserve the salt and preserve the horses." Over time, the expression evolved into the name Aghdznik, The province later became one of the most home to the famous city of the Granagert. His story comes from Haig Khachatryan's collection of Armenian place name legends. On June 40, the memorial dedicated to the victims of the Assyrian genocide known as Sayfo will be unveiled in Glen, the Netherlands. The ceremony will take place at the Assyrian Orthodox monastery of Saint Ephrem. Sayfo refers to the mass killings of Assyrians in the Ottoman Empire in 1915. Historians estimate that around 300,000 Assyrians were killed. The event will include prayers, speeches, rote-laying, and a moment of silence. Organizers say the memorial will honor the victims and preserve their memory for future generations. It will serve as a symbol of remembrance, recognition, and respect. Cabbage Dolma is one of the most beloved dishes in Armenian cuisine. Compared to grape leaf dolma, it offers a richer and heartier flavor. The cabbage leaves become soft during cooking and absorb the flavors of the meat and spices. It is often prepared with tomato sauce or meat, both making especially comforting during colder months. At Agatangeghos, the dish is made using traditional methods and carefully selected ingredients. It is commonly served with sour cream or madzon for added flavor. Cabbage dolma highlights the richness and diversity of Armenian culinary traditions. This was all for today's news. If you want something to learn, you can easily find Western Armenia's website and read every article there. Thank you for watching.